how do we balance between attachment and renunciation? And how do we get involved to help others as part of bodhicitta, yet not get attached?
I think other day also I mentioned, of course, I do not know the exact meaning of sort of English word attachment. Usually, I sort of understanding attachment. My understanding about attachment is, you see, some kind of desire. A little bit, the other day I mentioned blind energy. Similarly, blind sort of desire or closeness feeling. That's attachment. As I mentioned the other day, one great Chilean sort of scientist, the other day I mentioned. So, I myself, I'm Buddhist, but I should not develop attachment towards Buddhism. If I attached,
If I'm attached.
Buddha Dharma, then my mind become biased. The biased mind cannot be realistic because biased mind, you see, cannot see the other things because of the other reality or other thing, cannot see objectively. Very much sort of related with your own desire. Clear? If may I say so, some of the hardliner Chinese communists, you see, they look, you see, Tibetan culture is something totally negative. Their mind, some kind of sort of biased, like that. One time in Australia, many years ago, one meeting with scientists, and then you see the people, you see each introduce themselves. So just at the beginning, the one scientist, one Australian, he's introduced himself as I am one scientist who always defend about science to those people who have some different views about science. He ready to defend about science. So I think such person very difficult to accept about mind or about emotions. They simply feel just a brain. Clear? So some scientists, you see, they very open mind. Yes. As I mentioned this morning, grosser level of emotions, grosser level of mind is entirely based on brain. And nowadays, you see, some scientists now begin to notice through simply mere training of mind, some sort of concentration, think more about compassion. You see, that sort of training, that mental attitude actually effect on brain.
Mental neuroplasticity. It's called neuroplasticity.
Or that through meditation or through training of mind, actually that matter some change, sometimes increasing. So some scientists now gradually sort of showing open question. There might be some sort of very subtle energy which essentially separate from brain. So very close link, brain, neuron, and that energy. So sometimes brain or neuron change. The energy or certain mind, you see, change. Sometimes, one sort of, what's the occasion in America, I talk some doctors, some physicians. I just ask, it looks, you see, sometimes, of course, obviously, you see, some physical, some sort of, some event on physical level, and some change brain level, and then some emotions. It's some different sort of mental sort of feeling or mental attitude, you see, develop. That's obvious. But some cases, without any sort of physical sort of, what's the
movement,
physical sort of the effect, nothing. You just, you see, simply, you see, they remain completely relaxed. Then all of a sudden, one thought come. So that thought then affect our brain, and blood pressure also is change. So looks sometimes, this is some subtle sort of thought or mind come that effect on our physical level. So it seems such things there. So sometimes some movement on physical level, on brain level, and it affect thought. Sometimes thought level, some movement, some change, something happen, it affect on brain. I asked the doctor, few doctors there, then that doctors say, oh, it looks like that, but should not be. So that's biased, isn't it? They believe, you see, mind is simply the production of a brain. So it should not happen that. Nowadays, you see, genuine sort of matured scientists, not like that. And then also, 1979, my first visit Mongolia through Soviet Union in Moscow, then still communist Soviet Union. There I met some scientists, and I mentioned about the certain sort of consciousness about organs, right? We call eye consciousness or ear consciousness like that, or sensorial consciousness, and then mental consciousness. I just mentioned the sixth mind. The scientist, Russian, Soviet sort of scientist, they immediately reject. Oh, that's a religious vocabulary, religious thing. So these are, of course, scientists, but a little bit narrow-minded scientists. Whereas some my friend and some American scientists, one famous Richard Davidson, Wisconsin University, many years, my very close old friend, and also late Varela, Chile. All these and many others. These are really genuine, mature scientists. Some new subject come, they open mind. Maybe true, maybe not. Open. That's very good. Unbiased. So look, objective. And only thing, investigation. Like that. So, So, you see, brain, we believe grosser level of mind or energy entirely depend on brain or neuron. As this morning I mentioned, during dream, see, sensorial consciousness no longer active. The sixth mind working. And with dreams own sort of what's the certain sort of sensorial, sort of its own sensorial sort of thing, and mind. Then deep sleep, no dream, still is a more subtler sort of experience or mind. So there are techniques. Firstly, to realize dream time, realize now I'm dreaming. So with that sort of experience, then control dream. And through that way, eventually, you can separate your dream body from this physical body. There are some cases there through training. So these are mysterious, still mysterious. The potential there. I think anyone, I think usually, even you see ordinary people, you see some cases, you see have the sort of experience during dream time, recognize this, now I'm dreaming. I'm at the, because of the sleep.
No, I'm sleeping.
Oh. Anyone who have that experience? You? Oh, quite few. Okay. So then, when you experience dream time, right?
No,
Dream state, realize now I'm dreaming. Then that, on that occasion, further sort of concentrate your mind. The body's is a certain sort of place. Now mainly here, between two kasota, numani
to
parat.
breast, in the middle of your breast,
Oh, here. Oh,
the midpoint.
So the dream level, the grosser level of mind, of sensorial, already inactive. Then the dream state, you concentrate here deliberately, then further dissolution, your mind. That practice is actually, this is one of the practice, is how to dissolution our grosser level of mind. So those people who have some sort of experience, then try to sort of also try to that. Firstly, you should not sort of neglect about that experience. You should pay more attention about that experience. Then, as I mentioned earlier, while dreaming, you realize I'm dreaming. Then concentrate here. Clear? Some further sort of dissolution, the grosser level of mind, further sort of dissolved, deeper. This is one practice of yoga practice like that, it mentioned. Few occasions, I also realize dream state. But then, no further sort of progress. I'm a lazy person. Okay, like that. Then you see death. This morning also I mentioned death. You see, the clinical, my tutor, senior tutor, after he died, doctor come, check. They
Confirmed.
They confirmed now dead. Then next 13 days, his body remained very fresh. and one, I think, 3 years ago, I think 3 or 2 years ago, I think, in South India, about 3 weeks remain that body. And one strange thing is, before die, because long illness, long time, long period